Okay, so underglow lighting, there we have it. Right, it's supposed to be all these different colours, right, which under this light it's a bit hard to see. Okay, so if I turn that off, there you go, proper look. So basically you've got oranges, yellows, blues, greens, reds, purples, up to like pink, right? But these don't generally work in the way that they're supposed to. I have no idea why. Like, that's not even yellow. Like, so I might have to get a different set. So that's solid green, solid red, solid blue, and white. That works. What was that? Orange. Orange kind of works. Light green kind of works. And that light blue kind of works. That flashes, which should just be a solid colour. Same as that. Same as that. That's a fade. Flashy lights. Flashy lights. That. And that. But I can get it purple, which is the colour I wanted, by pressing that button. Trouble is, if you want to change it, you're supposed to be able to change it to any of those. So I don't know kind of like what's what with that. They weren't the most expensive underglow kit ever, but even still, I'd expect them to bloody work the way they're supposed to. And like, I've had to go through all this like major like sort of testing and everything else, like to make up like this cable to mimic what it's going to be like in the car. Mate, on is off and off is on. It's like something is seriously backwards with that. And it's the same with all the remotes. So I can use the remote for that. It's the same as the remote for the other one. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same outcome. So I have yet to really get my head around what that is. And I think it's probably the way they've done the circuit board. So I've got two things to do about this. Is get back in touch with the seller and say, listen, you sold me some hooky gear. I don't know if I think I've probably fallen out of the right of sort of reclamation, but hopefully they can get resolved. But basically, yeah, it's not that great. I like this colour, but is that the colour I want it? You know? Like, is that pink? It looks pink. It's supposed to be purple. In reality, it's like looking like purple. But yeah, it's a bit like, what do I do? What do I do? Get another one? Get another kit? I mean, it wouldn't be like, I mean, if it's the controller unit, maybe they can get me a new controller unit or something like that. But because everything else I did, wiring, it was exactly the same. So I followed the colour pattern. I didn't change anything, didn't cross anything over. It was very straightforward. It's just like red, green, blue, Sorry, red, black, green and white. Okay. This infrared thing, yeah, is red, blue and black, I think. Red, blue, black. So that's for your RF. Anyway, so it's probably the switching unit. Just
At participating restaurants only. 18 plus. Serving times,
right.
Delivery fees and terms apply. See app on mcdonalds.com for details.
But the good news is that switch works. That all works. So I might just set the colour and I might use it still. I'll just go with that. Yeah. So basically that will go into there, that go into there, that go into there. One of the wires round. I'll have to shorten a few things and everything else like that. But yeah, basically that works. Which means that works. It means the switch for the camera will work, and the switch for the footwell lights will work. See, that's what colour it should be, but it's not. It's a lot brighter. And they are literally. So these are the same lights as my footwell lights.
Growing up with phones isn't easy. He learned has
Yeah, it's kind of like the same colour. I don't know. Does that look pink? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'd say it does look pink. Well, that's another problem for another day. But yes, it works. It does work. Main thing is it does work. So it means that my switches are good. Means my wiring's good. So then the installation is going to be great. But I just I'd have to work out how to run these properly in anyway. And I'm going to have to get some different connectors. So these connectors, like I thought they would be, but the guy in the shop was like, no, that's right, same size and all that, right? That is way too big. Yeah, see that? Flipping out, mate. I can get channel tunnel through there. That is way too big for these wires, which is why every time I try and disconnect them, half of them will pull out because they're not in properly. So get the right size. There are reds which I've made for kind of smaller, the smaller kind of connectors, and then you can get reds which are large reds which take a bigger gauge of wire. It's fairly like self-explanatory. So I think next time, don't ask questions, go with your heart and know what you know. That'll teach me. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Or maybe I'll use a completely different gauge. Definitely. But I'm happy the fact that it all does work. So hear me. Well done. Awesome job. Super. I can't wait to actually get this lot installed. And my ambient light kit is turned up. But the one thing I'm a little bit like unhappy about is when I looked at the one of the light strips, like the others are kind of nicely curved into the box, and there was one that had a proper kink in it. So I'm gonna have to check that out because that's broken. Oh, I'm not gonna be too happy about it. But there we go. Right, so it's all going forward, even though it's not kind of working the way I would want it to work. But I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why on is off and off is on and all that kind of thing. I don't know. Like, that to me would be something is like reverse polarity or something like that. But well, I've had the circuit board out of the control box, and the way that's all wired in looks alright, unless they're dirty, unless it's a dirty wiring job, so there's something's crossed over or something's happened there. But yeah, I need to look at that like a little bit more closely, or just get a new set. And I will send this video to them so they can actually see. So, happy days. Alright, anyway, that's me. I'm off ski because I've got to go out, and I haven't got long to go out, so yeah, it'll be awesome. But I'll get there in the end. After about a million different like connectors I've gone through. But so far, the actual installation process been fairly straightforward. So I can't really complain about that. Which means that I'm getting closer to kind of getting everything buttoned in, tidied up, and then kind of looking like kind of how I want it to. So yeah, I'm going to disconnect all that up now, chuck that back in the back seat, and then get ready to move on out. Alright, see you later guys.